Hello guys, welcome to another episode. Today we are doing something different and something special. Today we are doing my first Q&A video. I also will talk about the future of my channel, the current projects that I'm taking with my channel. And also, I think you can help me a lot in some of these questions. So, many of you saw my video about my Alfa Romeo 33, why I have it. And as you may know, this year should be the year that I did the restoration. That has not been possible because I bought my Alfa 75 to replace temporarily my Alfa 33. So I can drive it now and then on the weekends and so on, because this is my, there are all my cars. My wife's car, this is my daily one, and this one, or my 33, I use it for the weekends, for the reunions, and so on. But as you may know by the project, I leave the link up here, this is giving me much more work that I was expecting, and I have encountering some problems with not finding parts that has been kind of easy, not impossible, I should say, but it is very expensive. Not just this, it is expensive, this one, and the maintenance on this one. I did the brakes and the suspension. I will do the rear brakes, they are almost on the backing plate, and so on. So I have a lot on my plate, plus my fifth car, not that one. That one is just a parts car. It is not licensed. This is a parts car for my project Alfa 33. I have a lot of disassembled parts. The car at this point is just a shell, and the parts are all saved. Once I finish with the restoration, I will sell the parts that I don't need, and the rest of the carcass will go to the junkyard. I will ask you guys something. I know it's very early on my channel to do this, but I will talk about it later on the video. Let's go to the Q&A. It will be very interesting, I think, because there are a lot of good questions that I want to answer you. So let's take the Alfa 155 here. I will wash it as well. Okay, let's go. My first question here. Oh my god, this is shaking a lot. I still don't have a proper holder for my camera. I'm very sorry. I will go slower this time to make sure you are hearing me, and also the image will be more stabilized. The first question is, I have my notebook here. Why did I leave Alfa Romeo? If some of you, my Portuguese friends, know this, I worked in the Alfa Romeo, in the dealer, for about 6 to 7 years. 4 of those years was dedicated entirely to Alfa Romeo. What I mean by that is, the dealer had 3 brands: Alfa Romeo, Lancia, yes, Lancia, no, not Lancia, and Peugeot. So I work on the 3 brands. During the 4 years, the last 4 years of the dealer, I was only on the Alfa Romeo in Lancia side. It was the most perfect 4 years of my life, my professional life. I love working on Italian cars, Italian Fiat, Lancia and Alfa Romeo. I don't work, at least yet, on higher end cars like Ferrari, Lambo, whatever. And I leave because simply I had, first of all, the dealer lost the representation of Alfa Romeo and Lancia, and then I was left only with Peugeot, and I started to get fed with it, so I left and I went to the multi-brand shops, and in that way I am much more I have much more knowledge, and also more education, professional education to all brands, and that helps me a lot with my professional life, and also to help my friends like you when you have your questions. So next question: did I like working on the brand? Yes, a lot. Like I said in the last question, it was perfect. I love it a lot. The procedures of the brand for the warranties, it was very easy to do a warranty, for example. Unlike the Peugeot brand, it was very hard, bureaucratically. It was very easy to work on the cars. I learned very early the ways that the engineers study and made the cars. So I really liked working on the dealer, the Alfa Romeo dealer. The next question is, let me see here. Do you think it's complicated to work on Alfa Romeos? No, not at all. Nothing. The most complicated car that I worked on was this one. The 1.9 turbo diesel engine. It's very not complicated. It's not complicated to work on. It's tight in some places, but that's something we kind of used to. And I may be a little bit carried away here, but there is something to learn how to deal with and like. So no, it's very easy. I never worked with the Alfa 75, for example, and I think it's very easy to work on that car, on the engine, on the suspension. It's very easy. On the Alfa 33, a lot of you have afraid. Sorry, I have allergies. The Alfa 33 is very. Some of you think because it's a boxer engine and so on, it's very difficult to work on. Okay, it's not the same. If you want to take the head off, it's not the same, okay? But if you want to work normally on the car, you take the intake manifold off, everything is in front of you. So yes, it's very easy. Now, as I work on other brands, other cars, other models, I can tell you for sure, in my view, it's very easy to work on an Alfa Romeo. Yes? Next one. How did the passion begin? Oh my god. That is a long story, but I try to keep it short. The story began 20 years ago, when we first bought the Alfa 156 sedan, the grey one that I work on the brakes, the ceramic brakes. At the time, my parents were trying to buy a new car, and we tried to choose between a lot of brands. We try a lot of different brands, okay? And we try also the Alfa Romeo dealer, and everyone told us, do not buy that car, please do not buy it, it's very bad. But something told us this is the car, because it was a family purchase. We all pitched in to buy the car, and we say, well, anyway, 6 or 7 years from now we trade the car if it's still too problematic, and we trade for something else. The 6 years has passed, the 7 years, the 10, the 15, the 20 years is passing, and the car is still here and will stay here as long as I can. It will not leave the family. That car will belong to me or my sister or someone else. It will not leave the family. On the middle of all that stuff, I own other cars, other brands of cars, and I too discover more deeply, mainly when I enter the dealer, I discover the true passion of having an Alfa Romeo. And I don't trade this feeling for anything. It's amazing. It's fantastic. It's really good. Next one. How did I feel when I drove the first Alfa Romeo? Well, my first Alfa that I drove was a 33, the Imola 1.5 or 1.4, I think. Doesn't matter. The car was very cranky. I told the story on my why I have my Alfa 33, so I don't want to repeat that story. But yet I explain why I love so much that car. So yes, it was very good, very different as well. It is really a special feeling when you drive your first Alfa Romeo, but also it's a very good feeling every time you drive Alfa Romeo. I'm driving this old 1.5 diesel and I love it. It gives me really chills. Look, it's amazing. With a Fiat platform, how did they do it? Next one. Do I advise buying Alfa Romeo? If yes, why? Well, this is a very tricky question. Of course, I advise you to buy Alfa Romeo. In fact, the Fiat FCA group is top 5 worldwide on quality requests. So it is a very intelligent buy to do. However, to those of you who have not decided yet to go this route, there are better brands, not European brands, okay? In Europe, I think they're all much the same, including Germans, in terms of quality, of course. But I think the Asians are winning this thing now and in the past as well. So commercially, wait a second. I will do a video about this. I already programmed a video about this. This question will be better answered in the video, a specific video for this. Yes, I absolutely advise you to buy Alfa Romeo. Let's leave it at that, okay? So next question. What did captivate me on Alfa Romeo? I think, look, the Alfa 75 is not a quick car. This one is not a fast car. My 156 is a really fast car. In my 33, well, the 5th gear goes to the red line. Let's leave it at that. So I don't think it's just about power. It's not just about feeling the road, the corners, the speed of the corners, because life is not just a racetrack. We don't need to have always the car on the limits. And I also will be talking about that on another video, about brakes and tires, suspension, all that. I have a lot of ideas, as you may know. The special thing is like a person. Why do you like your girlfriend? Why do you like your boyfriend, your husband, your wife? It's because all the things that make that person. And I don't want to, okay, you're in love with a machine. Kind of, okay? All the things that make the car, and all the models are different on this subject. All the things that make the car what it is makes it special. and I like the cars because they are special models in their individual ways. That's why. So I arrived here the washing spot. I'm just waiting for the car to cool off a little bit so I can clean my wheels better. Let me just answer you another question. Which models do I like? Well, as I was beginning with this Alfa Romeo stuff, I was very particular with some models. I dreamed about other kinds of models. The usual, at the time I liked very much the Alfa 156 GTA. I liked the Alfa GT. Was what a car! Oh, I drove so much of them. The Q2. It's an excellent car. I have a great story with the Q2. I'll leave it for some other time. I like a lot the Alfa 156, the second generation. A lot of people just like the first. Curiously, I always like the last generation of Alfa Romeos. Don't know why. Maybe because I'm a 90s guy, not the 80s or 70s guy. But now my wish is not because I can, but because I can understand it. I would like to have each model of Alfa Romeos. Because, like I said, every model in itself is special. I imagine it will be very funny for me to have a 33 diesel. Because why not? They are so different. Yes, they are very noisy, but very weird. How can they say? Just do it. Let's do it. A 1.8 turbo diesel 3-cylinder on the Alfa 33. Why not? Amazing. Oh, but it's not a gasoline car and whatever. It goes like hell. It's special. It's different. It can be worse. Yes, it can be worse, but it's itself. I'm worse than my neighbors or the other guy next to me. But I'm different. Okay? So let's wash the car.